This is Freestone County 911. I had a missed call from this number. Is everything okay?
I have a car that's sitting at my window. They've been sitting here for about 20-30 minutes, and I've been knocking on their window and trying to get them to respond to me. I'm not sure. Their windows are tinted. I can't even see.
Okay.
And my supervisor just wanted me to call.
Tyranny, corruption, extortion. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. BZWATCHDOG News Network.
All right, folks, buckle up, because what started as a simple DWI arrest is starting to look a whole lot like a 5-month masterclass in how to make evidence disappear. But before we get into this absolute circus, smash that like button, drop a comment, and share this everywhere. Because sunlight is still the best disinfectant. And apparently Freestone County needs industrial strength bleach. Now let's rewind. October 11th, 2025, Fairfield police officer Bailey Mills, yes, a police officer, reportedly arrested by the Teague Police Department for DWI, allegedly blowing a .16 BAC. That's twice the legal limit. Not .08, not borderline, twice. Now, normally when someone gets arrested for DWI, the paperwork gets filed, the body cam gets preserved, and the system moves forward. But this isn't normally, is it? When I filed a records request with the Teague Police Department, instead of simply handing over the incident report and body cam footage like the law requires, Chief Darcy Dwayne Philpott decided he'd rather send the entire thing to the Attorney General's office. The incident report, the body cam, everything. Why? What are we protecting? Due process or reputations? Because from where I'm sitting, this 5-month investigation is starting to look less like transparency and more like containment. But here's the problem. I don't speculate. I document. We're going to walk through this step by step with facts, multiple sources, family ties, timelines, and documents. We're going to lay out what happened, how it happened, and why this is raising serious questions. First, we're going to listen to the 911 call, then the radio traffic, and then I'm going to show you how I uncovered an earlier traffic stop that same night, hours before the arrest, where she was reportedly stopped by the same department and let go. Coincidence? Maybe. But we don't deal in maybes here, so buckle in. Here's the 911 call and the radio traffic from the arresting incident.
This is Freestone County 911. I had a missed call from this number. Is everything okay?
I have a car that's sitting at my window. They've been sitting here for about 20-30 minutes, and I've been knocking on their window and trying to get them to respond to me. I'm not sure. Their windows are tinted. I can't even see.
Okay.
And my supervisor just wanted me to call.
Okay. What kind of vehicle is it?
It's a black truck.
Had he ordered something?
Oh, yes, ma'am. They ordered food, and then I went to give it to them. Both my cook and I have both tried to knock on their window, and they're just not responding.
All right, Miss Lily, I will get an officer up there, okay?
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Freestone 207. 207. Can I have you en route to the Sonic? There's going to be a black truck sitting at the drive-thru window. Been sitting there about 20 minutes. He had ordered food when they went to give it to him. He is not responding. Unsure if he's asleep or what's going on. I'll get medics en route just in case.
Definitely.
Freestone Fire Station 11, can I have you en route to the Sonic at Teague? There's going to be a black pickup truck sitting at the drive-thru window for about 20 minutes now. Employees can't get the subject to respond. I do have PD en route.
207 Freestone, I'll be 23.
That's clear, 207, 707.
207 Freestone, I got the driver waking up now.
10-4, 710.
20, it's going to be Black Chevy Silverado.
That's clear. You still want EMS on scene?
Yes, no, you can set it here.
10-4.
Medic 3 is en route.
That's clear, Medic 3711.
Yes, 7 Freestone.
Go ahead.
Texas 27.
Both vehicle and subject clear and current, negative 29.
That's 3 Freestone.
Go ahead.
Show us clear of this scene.
That's clear, 725. Freestone 207 status check. Freestone 207 status check.
Yes, 7 Freestone. Just to note that we are finishing with SFSTs now.
10-4.
207 Freestone, 1 in custody.
10-4.
207 Freestone, I'll be transporting 1 female to Freestone County Jail, starting mileage 50973.
10-4, 814.
206 Freestone, I'm 41, en route to the jail.
816.
207 Freestone, 23 at the jail, ending mileage 50983.
10-4, 827.
All right, so now that you've heard the radio traffic, Fairfield officer Bailey Grace Mills is booked in. She blows, and it's not close. It's not borderline. It's not maybe she was tired. It's a .165. That's more than twice the legal limit. But here's what the report doesn't clearly say. Did she ever have her department-issued firearm in the vehicle? Because law enforcement officers are generally required to carry their duty weapon. So when her boyfriend was allowed to take the truck home, was that firearm in it? Who secured it? Was it logged? Was it inventoried? Or did it just quietly disappear into the night? Now, according to her own internal affairs interview, which I obtained, she admits she was driving through Teague around 3 a.m. and was stopped earlier by Officer Condren. She admits she had been drinking before that stop, but she says she hadn't had anything to drink after. Yet, hours later, she blows a .165? Let's do basic math. She's asleep at the Sonic Drive-Thru, window knocking, calling 911, officers responding, trying to wake her up. That's easily 15 to 20 minutes before anyone even starts field sobriety. That's not tired. That's impairment. And here's something else interesting. Before she even made it to jail, Chief Darcy Dwayne Philpott called the Fairfield Police Department about the arrest. That's fast. That's very fast. After I was stonewalled by Teague PD on my records request, I went to Fairfield, and I obtained her 69-page personnel file, along with the internal affairs investigation. And if you actually read that internal affairs file, it clearly recommends administrative status pending the outcome, not business as usual. Yet sources told me she was still working. I confirmed she was working a desk assignment. Now let's move forward. November 18th, 2025. Just over a month after that arrest, Chief Utsi announces his retirement. Retires November 30th. Maybe coincidence, maybe not. But when the timing lines up like that, people are going to ask questions. And through multiple sources, I was informed the newly sworn-in chief, Alberto Gallegos, is related to Bailey Mills. If that's accurate, that raises serious conflict of interest concerns about how this was handled. Now here's the kicker. The incident report, heavily redacted. Bodycam, denied. Dashcam, denied. Internal Affairs Bodycam, denied. District clerk refusing to accept my records request, complaint filed with the Attorney General. Stonewall after stonewall. Thankfully, the district attorney is still reportedly pursuing the case. Let's hope it stays that way, because Freestone County has already seen controversy involving Teague officer DeMarcus Jones and alleged DWI issues that didn't end up the way the public expected. You can find that video in the description. This isn't about attacking someone personally. This is about accountability. When an officer blows twice the legal limit, when records get redacted, when access gets denied, when chiefs retire, when family ties appear, the public deserves answers. And I'm not done. Not even close. Now let me add something else that happened during this investigation. And this part is almost comical. Because while I'm digging through public obituaries, while I'm filing records requests, while I'm emailing back and forth with the department, while I even placed a phone call to Sergeant Markham, who, by the way, conducted her initial background investigation and the internal affairs review, something interesting happens. I discover that Fairfield Police Department has blocked me from their Facebook page. Blocked. No notice, no warning, no explanation. Now here's the funny part. I don't believe I've ever even commented on their Facebook page. I may have tagged them in a few posts. That's public accountability. But I never spammed them, never harassed them, never threatened them. And yet, blocked. Now let's talk about the law. In 2024, the United States Supreme Court clarified this exact issue in O'Connor Ratcliffe versus Garnier and Linkey versus Freed. The court held that the public officials use social media as an official communication tool. Blocking someone from that page can constitute state action and violate the First Amendment if done based on viewpoint. That's not my opinion. That's Supreme Court precedent. So now we have a redacted family disclosure section, documented intersecting family networks, records being stonewalled, and now I'm blocked from accessing the same public-facing government page that every other citizen can view. That's called unequal access. That's called potential First Amendment retaliation, and that opens the door to federal civil rights litigation under 42 U.S.C. 1983. So yes, at the time of this video, I have already sent off a records request to determine who authorized the block, who executed it, under what policy, and on whose order. Because blocking a journalist or citizen investigator while they're actively reporting on your department, that's not a good look. Especially when the newly appointed chief of police, Albert Gallegos, may have just stepped into his first federal civil rights exposure within his first month in office. Now, I want to be clear. I'm currently consulting with my legal team about how to proceed. Litigation is on the table, unless the city of Fairfield would like to reach out and correct the situation immediately, because transparency fixes this quickly. Retaliation just makes it worse. And if this was just a mistake, then fix it. But if it wasn't, then we'll let a federal judge decide. Now here's the part that almost made me laugh. Right as I finished recording that last segment, phone rings. And who is it? The chief. Perfect timing. Because up until that moment, I wasn't exactly holding my breath waiting on a callback. Records request, delayed. Family section, redacted. Facebook block, no explanation. But the second this investigation wraps that portion up, now the phone lights up. Funny how that works. Now I don't know if that's coincidence or if somebody realized his story isn't going away. But I will give credit where it's due. He called back. So instead of speculating about what he might say, let's listen to the call and let's see where it goes.
Yes, sir. This is Albert Gallegos. How are you?
Well, I was doing good. I was working on a story, and I wanted to kind of reach out because now I've kind of turned my story a little bit towards Fairfield PD, and I wanted to get a public statement from you first before I print. I want to at least give you an opportunity to address the situation. But my first question is, sir, who runs your Facebook page for Fairfield PD specifically?
We have several admins.
Okay, who are those admins?
It's like myself, Officer Tyler West, and Assistant Chief Harold Markham.
Okay, so they are police officers. Oh, and Sergeant Markham is no longer sergeant; he's assistant or deputy chief.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So my question is, what is your guys' policy on blocking people from your Facebook page?
Normally, like, we do it whenever somebody, has, just sends, hateful mail towards us and all that. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, we know it's freedom of speech and all that, but if somebody sends something threatening and all that or whatever, something that's just, unprofessional, then, yeah, I mean, they will get blocked.
Okay. Now, I don't ever recall ever commenting on your Facebook page. I do recall tagging you guys in a few articles and press releases I've posted. I do admit to that. Yeah. But I don't ever recall ever posting on Fairfield PD's Facebook page.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I don't. Like I said, I let the others control it more. But were you blocked or something?
Well, before I answer that question, are you familiar with the U.S. Supreme Court case
sir,
law?
I am.
Okay, because they were decided in 24 about blocking people with the same access. How it's First Amendment retaliation, and it's a viewpoint discrimination, especially with what I've printed. I did get blocked recently because I just now noticed it last night when I went to go to the page because I heard you got promoted to chief. Congratulations, by the way. And I went to go take a picture of your promotion to be able to use in my story and realized I can't access the page. What's going on? So I went to one of my other pages and I was able to access it fine. So I was trying to figure out, and I put a records request in today, which I'm looking to have fulfilled, on A, who has authority to do it, which you obviously answered at least 3 of the names.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do have three admins. Yes, sir.
And then who actually authorized it, and under what policy and whose order was it? Because that person just walked you into a federal civil rights litigation if I decide to pursue it. Now, I don't like to sue people. It's too much time. It's too much to the taxpayer. I'm about the taxpayer and the citizen. I would rather not. I would rather find out who did it, had it investigated, why they did it, have it reprimanded, and issue a formal apology. And unblock me. I mean, I don't think that's too unreasonable. Do you?
No, we can look into that. No, like I said, I'm not much on Facebook. I mean, I don't really get on there a whole lot. I don't really look at it and all that. But yeah, I mean, we will definitely look into it and all that. I mean, like I said, I don't know you. I've never really heard of you, so. But yeah, I mean, I'll definitely look into it. I mean, you're right. I mean, you're right about the First Amendment stuff, and yeah, I mean, if I'll find out, and I mean, we don't mind unblocking you and all that. But yeah.
I mean, I don't ever say anything that would cross the line. I might criticize, but I that's what I do. I'm a
I understand.
And I hold people accountable. And if I screw up, I expect somebody to hold me accountable. Just like if I broke a law in your town, I would expect you to enforce it.
Yes, sir. Correct.
It's just about accountability.
Yeah. But well, I'm sorry about that, sir. I am. Yes, sir. No, I understand. Yeah, I will look into it, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it happened and all that. But yeah, I will most definitely look into it, and don't mind having you unblocked or whatever. I mean, like I said, I don't do much social media, but yeah, I will definitely look into it, sir.
Well, I didn't think you did, but I figured I would reach out to find out. Like I said, I figured there were other admins. It was just really, I'm going to say coincidental, that after talking to Sergeant Markham, now all of a sudden I'm blocked.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I understand. I understand completely where you're coming from, and I will look into it, and we will go from there. Like I said, I'm sorry that happened. We're not, and the last thing we want to do is, I mean, we don't want to get into any type of, verbal confrontations or anything like that. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and we don't have to agree on it, but we can agree to disagree.
We don't even have to like it.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. I mean, you are right. You're exactly right, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I'll look into it. I mean, I'm glad you called me, and we'll go from there, sir.
I was actually on the phone with Misty. I was trying to get a hold of the mayor and get my records request fulfilled when you called me back. So I told her it was probably you calling me back that let me take that call before I go any further.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I always try to give people an opportunity to fix a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about just suing people. It's not what I do. That's usually the last resort because I can't get anybody to hold anybody accountable. And going back to the other thing, I have some records from you guys actually. I have the whole file on Bailey Mills, and on it's kind of concerning because I don't know who did the redactions on my stuff, but I see her references as friends, coworker, teacher, but the one section that says family, it's blocked. It's redacted. It doesn't even tell me if it's a family member, which I'm just assuming it is. Now, does she have a family member that works with the PD?
Yes, sir. She did. I'll just go ahead and tell you, she doesn't work for us anymore. So, yes, sir.
Okay. When did that termination date happen?
It just happened yesterday.
Okay. Wow, it's crazy because this was actually part of my story, was the whole Bailey Mills thing. So if I did a records request, you'd be able to confirm that in a records request?
Yes, sir. You would. I would.
And you guys haven't done a press release on it yet?
We are working on that. That's why, and I kind of had a feeling you and I were going to have this discussion here. So, yes, sir, we are working on it. You just give me a few days, we will put one out.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm not going to hold anything back. I mean, I'm not going to hold anything back from you. I mean, she was terminated.
And okay, and it's just because of the open criminal charges right now. I know she's got court on March 10th.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Trust me, I know everything about this case except for that little tidbit you just gave me. Like, I know you say the family member doesn't work there anymore. Are you referring to your family member not working there anymore? Because I know you guys are cousins.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, she was. You know, she definitely was my second cousin. I'm much older than her, so.
Oh, I know. I know this whole expose that I was fixing to put out. This whole expose, I went through obituary, so I was getting ready to put you on blast with her, just to have her held accountable. So this is actually saving your butt. You know, this is why I'm glad I had this phone call, because.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be transparent. I mean, you know, I don't have anything. I don't have anything to hide. I mean, she. You know, what happened was a very, very unfortunate, sad, very sad. You know, it is very, very. You know, I mean, but she messed up. I mean, she. You know, she's the one who made the decision that night.
Well, my whole thing about that, Chief, is I understand mistakes. I mean, that's the mistakes are. You know, a mistake is not turning your turn blinker on at the stop sign. You know, it's or maybe rolling through the stop sign a little bit. But when you are enforcing the same law that, you know, you commit yourself, you should be held accountable for that. And that's kind of where I'm real big on these DUIs when officials do them. And I'll tell you right now, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I literally turn my turn signal on at every single turn because of what I do. I cannot have law enforcement targeting me. I'm already being targeted. And
no, I agree with you 100%. I do, and you are right. And that's one thing. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
It is one thing that I'm, you know, me becoming a new chief, and I am big on training. I am, and I want my officers to be well trained, and that is our number one goal is to work on, because I mean we have to conduct ourselves, you know, in on or off duty. You know, we have to conduct ourselves in the utmost professional manner. Exactly. And you're right. And like I said, man, I mean, I'm glad. You know, I'm actually glad we had this conversation, because I mean, I do want to be transparent. I'm not gonna have anything to hide. I mean, she no longer works for us. She has been terminated. We are going to do a press release, so if you could just give me a few days, because we are working on it.
Because I'm trying to run with my story tomorrow. I was trying to run with it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you're freedom of the press, so I mean, you can put what you. I mean, really, I mean, I can't tell you not to put anything. I mean, you know, I think it was just. I believe it was just best for us to separate. It was. I mean, you know.
Well, you know what? I can't fault anybody for doing the right thing. I know it was probably a tough decision, with it being family and all. but it was probably the best decision.
Yeah. I mean, the family aspect. I mean, you got to throw. I mean, me personally. I mean, I threw that out because I didn't really, I didn't really know her, but yes, we still hired her. I'll admit that, and that's that's definitely a lesson learned for me. And however long I have in my career, and it won't ever happen again. And I agree with you, and I do. I mean, I do. I'm not just blowing smoke. I mean, I really do, and I'm being genuine in what I say. I'm deeply sorry, and I'm apologizing to you.
No. I don't want you to apologize. You're taking responsibility like you should. I want the person, because I have a feeling it's Markham. I have a feeling Markham did it. So, you know what? I've already spoken to him. Least he can do is be big enough and be a man and call me up if it was him. I'm not accusing of it, but it's just based on my investigative skills, it would have came down to you or him. And if you're saying it wasn't you, that only leaves elimination of process here of my suspects. Yeah. I don't think Bailey got in there and did it because she didn't have access.
No, she's not on our. No, she never had any type of access to our page. No.
You got my number. You got my number. Markham can call me up and say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry I blocked you. Just be a big enough man. It's not a big deal." All right, quick recap, because this whole thing is still moving like molasses, unless somebody's trying to get ahead of the story. Back on October 11th, 2025, a call comes in from the Sonic Drive-Thru. A black pickup has been sitting at the window 20 to 30 minutes. Employees are knocking, and the driver won't respond. Officers respond, EMS gets staged, and dispatch confirms they're transporting one female to the Freestone County Jail. The female? Fairfield police officer Bailey Grace Mills. She blows a BAC .165, more than twice the legal limit. I filed a records request. I got stonewall. Reports and videos were withheld or heavily redacted. Then Fairfield blocks me from their Facebook page with no explanation. Real professional move until the chief calls me back and confirms something important. Chief Gallagher says Bailey Mills was his second cousin, and he also states she was terminated. Now here's where we are as of 3/2 of 26. There has been no official press release issued to the public about her termination, and Bailey Mills is still scheduled for a court appearance at the Freestone County Courthouse on 3/10 of 26 at 1:30 p.m. So we'll see what happens in court, and we'll see whether transparency finally shows up without needing a camera to force it. So, buckle up, smash that like button, drop a comment, share this everywhere, follow us on Facebook for real-time updates, because sunlight is coming. And as always, sunlight is the best disinfectant.
Tyranny, corruption, extortion. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. BZWATCHDOG News Network.